He's probably the owner of the jewelry shop. I've got to stop putting minor frivolities ahead of life and death rescue missions. I need to go to the gendarmerie and talk to Hayes. Hayes isn't here. He's been thrown into the gendarmerie's jail to the north of the bazaar due to some taxation difficulties. Can't say I'm unfamiliar with the situation. Hayes isn't here. A skinny old man. He's sitting in front of a basket. I should probably visit Hayes in the gendarmerie first. This guy doesn't look like he's going anywhere. It's a shop selling pots, which is not very exciting. Nothing I want to buy, and no salesman lurking around either. Typical Moroccan clothing. The shopping spree can wait. I've got to find Hayes first. A thimble rigger. You have to follow the cups and guess which one holds the ball. First, I've got to find Professor Hayes. Perhaps there'll be time for a little game later. That's the way to the train station. But I have no need to go anywhere else just yet. I should find Professor Hayes before sightseeing. The gendarmerie is in the north. I've got to find Professor Hayes before I leave town. That's the gendarmerie. A rusty well crank. The well's all dried up. But I might find a use or 5 for this crank handle. I don't think this well sees much use. Looks like the gendarmerie's car.
I beg your pardon?
Bonjour. How can I help you?
I'm looking for Professor Hayes. I was told I could find him here.
That is correct. Professor Hayes is a guest in the cell behind me.
Could I speak to him quickly?
I am afraid that's impossible, sir. While investigations are ongoing, Professor Hayes is not allowed contact with anyone. That was a direct order.
But it's really very urgent.
I'm sorry, monsieur. The situation would be very different on payment of bail, of course.
Bail?
Naturellement. The judge has set bail, upon payment of which Monsieur Hayes can be released.
How much is the bail?
200 francs.
I see. That's 200 francs more than I have.
I assume you have the funds.
Don't worry. I'll raise the capital somehow.
You may bring the money to us any time.
That handsome vehicle outside.
Ah, the pride of the gendarmerie. 35 horsepower, 3 gears, and 0 to 60 in 45 seconds.
You certainly seem to like it. The bail money is 200 francs.
Oui, 200 francs.
And what if I ask really nicely?
Monsieur, we may be on African soil, but this is not a bazaar. It is the gendarmerie of the French Republic. An honorable judge has set the bail at 200 francs and it shall stay there.
Oh well, worth a punt.
Do you have any other requests?
That's everything for now.
I wish you a pleasant day, monsieur.
A particularly uninteresting desk. Professor Hayes is in this cell. I don't think that the gendarme would like that. That must be the official stamp of the gendarmerie. The gendarme will not be too pleased if I steal stuff from his desk. More importantly, I might end up in there with Hayes. I need to distract him first.
Psst. Hey, young man.
What? Who?
Over here, from the cell window.
Hayes? Professor Hayes?
Shh. We have to be quiet. What do you want from me?
My name is Paddock. Fenton Paddock.
Not so loud.
Somebody in your shop told me I could find you here.
The friendly Monsieur Lacoste, no doubt. In these somewhat embarrassing circumstances, I think we can save ourselves any formalities. So tell me, what brings you here?
I need your help. Do you remember your Tibet expedition about 14 years ago?
Are you joking? How could I forget? It all began with that expedition. Call it fate or maybe destiny, but I don't believe it was chance that brought me there.
Then the name Yen Wang means something to you.
Of course. But why on earth are you interested in this expedition?
Yen Wang was an old friend of mine. He died a couple of days ago, and I used his maps from that time to try and find an expedition that's disappeared in Tibet. We reached the Kembalung Valley, but found a Nazi squad occupying the monastery there.
Stop! Are you trying to tell me that you have found the actual Kembalung Valley?
Well, I mean, technically the Nazis found it first. I just followed them. But they'd killed all the monks.
And what about you? Did you enter the monastery itself?
While I was searching for my friend, the leader of the expedition, I found a secret chamber. There were these symbols all over the walls. The same as the ones Yen Wang drew. He translated them using your notes.
Yes. When we were preparing for the expedition, I found a previously unknown script in a library in Nepal. I don't suppose you deciphered the symbols in the chamber?
Well, in a way. Yen Wang's niece actually did the translation bit. But you know, I got her there in the first place. It was all nonsense, though. Sleeping dragons and gates and fairies. But then there was something about a key. You can find it by viewing the Keeper's map through the eye of the dragon. I know it sounds crazy, but my friend disappeared in that chamber. I need to find him. Yen Wang wrote that you found the remains of a map and a gemstone during your expedition.
Perhaps, my friend, we should all be more open to belief in such stories. After all, Schliemann's belief in Homer's stories led him to find Troy. This is probably the greatest news of my entire life. We need to get out of here. I have the Eye of the Dragon. If your translation is correct, then I now know what to do with it. I will finally find Shambhala. After all this time.
Shambhala? The Nazi leader talked about Shambhala. What is a Shambhala?
The Buddhists call it Shambhala, but it's much, much older than Buddhism or any other religion on this earth. The Nazis want to find it as well. How ironic. For years, no one believed me, refused to fund a second expedition. I lost my reputation and my job. But I knew I was in the right. And now, the Nazis of all people are drawing the same conclusions as I did. Even if only a fraction of what I found out about this place is true, it would be a major catastrophe if the Nazis were to find Shambhala. Do they know about me and the Eye of the Dragon?
Already on their way.
My, you do bring a sense of adventure with you, don't you? Get me out of here, and I'll tell you everything that I know. Not a second has passed over the last 14 years when I didn't think about finding Shambhala. Oh, my heart. All this excitement is too much for me.
Are you ill?
Not ill, but not young either. Could you do me a favor? There is a small case in my shop with an ornament on the lid. My heart drops are in there. Please get it from the cost.
What about the dragon eye thing? Isn't that more important?
Forgive me, young man. We only met 5 minutes ago. I'm not willing to part with the eye quite yet. But don't worry. Lacoste will never find it. Bring me the case as soon as possible. Then we'll worry about the eye.
Don't forget the Nazis. I'll do my best, but I need to find 200 francs for your bail as well.
Yes, of course. Here, take this ring. It's not worth much, but if you can sell it for a few francs, it might be a start.
Thanks, Professor. See you soon. The Professor gave me this ring. He wants me to sell it to raise the bail money. He's probably the owner of the jewelry shop.
Stop! Don't speak. Let me guess. You are from England, are you not?
Good guess. Or is it that obvious?
Between you and me, I heard you talking just now. How can Jamil help you?
Well...
Stop. I've worked it out. You're looking for a fine necklace for your wife. No. A young daredevil like you is not yet tied down. You're looking for a diamond for your mistress.
Well...
Either way, your beloved will look like an oriental princess wearing jewelry from Jamil. And I will give you the best prices in town. Buy at Jamil's and you won't regret it. So, what can I do for you, Sidi?
Listen, Jamil. How much would you give me for this ring?
Let me have a look. It's clearly made of gold, and the stone seems to be real as well. But I can see some wear and tear, and the overall design is not of a particularly high quality.
Don't play a player, Jamil. Stop trying to lower the price.
Look, Englishman, I like you, and I wish to be honest with you. You won't get any more than 3 francs for a ring of this standard. When I subtract the rent I pay for my shop and the upkeep of my 7 children, I can offer 2 francs at the most. And even this will, how do you say, break the bank.
Jamil, I can see not 1 foot from my face that you're selling silver rings for 15 francs.
Ah, a wise heart is like a rich treasure. Okay, 5 francs, final offer. Because I like you and we are celebrating our jubilee soon, I can also give you a free coupon. If you need a necklace repaired or want some jewelry polished to a shine, Jamil will do that for you for free. Take it or leave it.
I hate haggling. God knows why I'm a smuggler. Okay, fine. Give me the 5 francs.
Frugality lasts forever. And don't forget your coupon, Sidi.
You have lovely jewelry.
Thank you, Sidi. Jamil learned the trade from his father and uses selected materials only.
I bet.
Jamil also accepts jewelry as payment, for a reasonable price, of course. He will repair, restore, and clean your jewelry. Your wish is Jamil's command.
I appreciate your business philosophy. How's business?
Marrakesh is the pearl of the Moroccan imperial cities. And now, with the Berber rebellion in the past, we attract visitors once more.
Berber rebellion?
I am not an information center, Sidi. I'm a jeweler.
I see. Unfortunately, I have no money. I'm going to have another walk around town.
See you soon, Sidi.
That's Monsieur Lacoste. He's sort of a debt collector for the administrators of the French Protectorate.
Monsieur Lacoste?
Oh, it's you again. Have you found Monsieur Hayes?
Yes, and I'm afraid I need your help.
Pardon?
Professor Hayes asked me to bring him his heart drops. He's not very well, you know. The arrest, the prison... Too much upset for an old man. In any case, the drops are in a small case, and
Excusez-moi, monsieur. Before you go on, I have to stress once more that I cannot possibly hand over any piece from this shop before I have catalogued everything in it.
Listen, this man has heart problems. He needs his medication. You can't call red tape on me. Believe me, I've had my fill of red tape in the last few days.
You misunderstand me, monsieur. All of Monsieur A's property has been confiscated. However, I can give you an application form. In certain cases of hardship, personal possessions of particular importance may not be seized.
Now you see, I would think that vital medication would be one of those items of particular importance.
I am not disagreeing with you, monsieur. However, I still need official permission. Present your case to the authorities and get this application form stamped.
Ah, bureaucracy. The only thing more dangerous than the Nazis. You'll see me again.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Lacoste will only give me the case if I bring him an application form stamped by the authorities. That must be the case with the heart drops. A skinny old man. He's sitting in front of a basket.
Come closer. Wanna play a game? Just 25 francs to play.
I'm afraid I haven't got the required startup capital. Can I open with a lower bet?
The opening bet is 25 francs. Sorry, but those are the rules.
I haven't got that much on me.
But hey, never say never. Come back when you've rustled up enough cash.
Might get me closer to my 200 francs, but I need some funds to gamble with.
Assalamu alaikum, my friend. Come and have a look at my local produce. You won't find anything better this side of the Atlas Mountains.
What do you have to offer?
I can give you perfectly tailored jalabas. I have almost every size and color in stock.
Jelly... You have what now?
They are the Berbers' traditional costumes that you see here before you, my friend. The jalabas are worn throughout North Africa.
Good to know. What does a jalaba like this cost?
Oh, we can discuss prices later, my friend. First, take a good look at the stock. Have a good feel of the structure of the fabric. Try something on if you want. Only then will you realize the exceptional quality of my stock.
I'm more of a quantity, not quality guy. How much?
Before I give you a price, you must realize I only manufacture using the finest materials. You won't find better textiles anywhere this side of the Atlas Mountains.
Yes, you said that before.
I see that shopping for the Western man is not the art it should be. But I like that about you. You are a worthy opponent. A man with character and a strong mind.
I'm glad someone sees that. I just wish it weren't you. No offense.
None taken, my friend. Perhaps the lady too will see these things when you wear such fine clothing. I shall offer you a special price, my friend. I like you. I think you really want to wear it. And I think that it is made for you. But you must promise me not to tell anyone about the price.
Scout's honor.
Good. Then listen carefully, for I can only make this offer once. I will give you this jalaba for just 300 francs. No joke! Do we have a deal?
How can I put this politely? Not in a month of Sundays. Sorry, I'm just somewhat financially challenged right now. Do you have anything for 5 francs?
By Allah! 5 francs? Are you insulting me, stranger?
Okay, okay. Clearly, I'm not going to get very far in here. That's all for now. Perhaps I'll come around again later.
Salam!
Ah, end of the line. The sign says, "Danger. Do not cross the salt lake on your own." It seems the salt lake may only be crossed in the company of an experienced guide. And where does one find oneself such a guide? I'll take some hay with me, just in case. There's hay in the trough. This must be where the lake guide waits. Unfortunately, he's not here. I've ignored warning signs before, often with disastrous consequences. I'd prefer not to cross the lake without a guide. I can't break it off with my hand. Break for lunch. Guided tours across the lake take place again this evening. Why does that not surprise me? I've ignored warning signs before, often with disastrous consequences. I'd prefer not to cross the lake without a guide. It doesn't look very stable. Probably full of hollows just beneath the surface salt.
Hello. May I interrupt you?
Welcome to my dye factory. What brings you here?
What exactly do you dye here?
Oh, simply everything. Cloth and clothing, fabrics, wool, skins, leather.
How do you produce these dyes?
They are all natural colors. We extract them from plants, fruits and minerals, amongst other things. The red color here is made from iron-rich clay, and the green is made from lichen. For some colors we use ingredients of animal origin. Very good colors come from the certain species of aphids and snails. The purple color there comes from fluid secreted by a particular snail. Wool takes this color very well.
Nice! So you can cuddle up in your lovely woolen jumper made from snail secretion.
Perhaps your standards in the West are somewhat more backward.
I've something else to see to. Salam.
Salam.
I'm not 5 years old. Covering myself in paint doesn't really appeal. Okay, maybe a bit. I'm not 5 years old. Covering myself in paint doesn't really appeal. Okay, maybe a bit. I don't really want to wash my hands here. I can redeem this coupon at Jamil's jewelry shop and get a piece of jewelry repaired or polished.
Greetings, stranger. I have the freshest and juiciest fruits from far and wide.
Thanks, I can see that. Can you recommend something special?
I just got these juicy figs a short time ago, and the dates are also very fresh.
Oh, no thanks. They're not really my thing. How much do these oranges cost, for example?
10 francs per pound.
Well, that's a bit much. What about the pineapples there?
8 francs each.
My word, that's more than back home. How long do I have to stand here and bargain till I get these goods at the non-foreigner price?
I can't go any lower, I'm afraid. These fruits, they don't grow locally and are transported here by caravan. It's a long journey from here to the coast. This drives the prices up, as you can imagine. If you're short of money, come back this evening. I sell the old fruits at half price before I close my shop.
Wasn't planning on being here that long.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to give away.
Oh well, who has? What can I buy for 5 francs?
5 francs will not go far these days. How about half a melon? It's from yesterday, but I can give you a good price. Or do you want some peppers? They're not the freshest either.
I'll take the half melon.
Here you go.
Thanks, but I think I'll give it a miss.
Salam. Drop by again.
Half a melon? Why on earth did I buy it? I hate melons. I nearly choked on one of these huge seeds when I was a kid. Take that, melon. I won't be choking on any more seeds. I've hollowed out the pulp. The hollow melon rind. Nothing I want to buy, and no salesman lurking around either. Visit the Great Berber Festival and enjoy dancing, music, and traditional delicacies. Just north of the town and easy to get to. I don't need to add auto theft to my list of misdemeanors. I don't need to add auto theft to my list of misdemeanors. Monsieur Lacoste gave me this form. Since he seized all the professor's belongings, I'll only get my hands on the professor's heart drops once it's been officially stamped. The gendarme will not be too pleased if I steal stuff from his desk. More importantly, I might end up in there with Hayes. I need to distract him first. I've had a natter with Hayes. Now I need to get him out of prison. I suppose I ought to get his heart medication as well. Rescuing a corpse won't do me any good. Ow! The sun's heated this thing to a blistering temperature. This well dried up years ago. I don't think anyone will miss the handle. This round fixture held the crank handle for the well. Looks kind of empty now.
Good day.
What do you want now?
It's about Professor Hayes.
I've known him a long time now, and I know he suffers from heart disease.
He seems perfectly healthy to me.
Yes, he is, but only if he takes his medication regularly. That's the whole point. I want to fetch his heart drops from his shop. The problem is, I can't get them without official approval. Would you be so kind as to stamp this application form?
Pardon. I really cannot do that.
Why? Is there something wrong with your hand? Here, let me take a look at that.
There is nothing wrong with my hand, monsieur. I do not have the authority to grant your application. Contact the head of the department or the judge. They are both back in town tomorrow.
Oh, great. You know what? I don't think I'd give you any authority if I were them either.
And if you were them, monsieur, you would know better than to insult an officer of the gendarmerie. Now, excuse me, s'il vous plaît.
That's everything for now.
I wish you a pleasant day, monsieur.
Officially, I'm not allowed to talk to Hayes. Unofficially, there's always the cell window. I've had a natter with Hayes. Now I need to get him out of prison. I suppose I ought to get his heart medication as well. Rescuing a corpse won't do me any good. I'd better get permission first. Excuse me, may I have a drop of this water?
You must know that clean water is worth its weight in gold in this region. But I will allow you a small drop.
Many thanks.
That's the way to the train station. But I can't leave without the eye. I've ignored warning signs before, often with disastrous consequences. I'd prefer not to cross the lake without a guide.
I can redeem this coupon at...
Why should I give that to him? I'm not 5 years old. Covering myself in paint doesn't really appeal. Okay, maybe a bit. I'm not going to need any fruit or veg for a while. Why should I give that to him?
Good day. May I interrupt you briefly?
A tourist! Assalamu alaikum! Can I interest you in a demonstration of my art?
I don't technically have time. But why not?
Watch very closely.
Nice job, I'm impressed.
Thanks, Sidi.
That was... lovely.
Thanks, my friend. Unfortunately, not everyone here appreciates it.
What do you mean?
Recently, I was driven out of the bazaar. I'm not allowed to play there anymore. The merchants accused me of scaring away the customers. This flute is something very special. It has belonged to my family for more than 100 years and can produce magical tones. My forefathers were nomads and played music for their camel herds with this flute.
Come again? For their camel herds?
Exactly. Camels are very sensitive creatures, you know. They always serve their masters faithfully. Nomads need camels in order to survive the desert. Thus, there is a unique bond between an animal and his owner, which can best be expressed through music. Camels can feel the warmth and gratitude emanating from the sounds of the flute, completely different to the ignorant and soulless traders here in town. These peasants do not know good music, unlike you, my friend.
And the camels, of course. I always wanted to learn how to teach snakes these tricks. I mean, how long on average does it take to teach a cobra to move to the rhythm of the music?
I shall be honest with you, stranger. Like most snakes, my cobra is completely deaf. It does not even hear the music. It just follows the movements of my hands. But the music creates the right atmosphere amongst the spectators.
My thirst for knowledge is quenched. I'll be off then.
Salam, stranger. What about the jalaba? Do you want to buy one now?
No, not now. Later, perhaps.
I'm not going to need any fruit or veg for a while. I'm not going to need...
Ah, it's you again. What do you think?
Care for a little game?
I'm afraid I haven't got the required startup capital. Can I open with a lower bet?
The opening bet is 25 francs. Sorry, but those are the rules.
I haven't got that much on me.
But hey, never say never. Come back when you've rustled up enough cash.
Might get me closer to my 200 francs, but I need some funds to gamble with. Nothing I want to buy, and no salesman lurking around either. Nothing I want to buy. I should be able to break off some crystals. Got it. I've levered off a piece of crystal. I can't clean it up like that.
Ah, I just knew that you would come back. What can Jamil do for you, Sidi?
Would you be interested in a crystal?
Let me have a look, Sidi. This is no crystal. Well, not good crystal. This quartz is all over the Atlas Mountains. It badly needs to be polished up.
That's a shame. To tell the truth, I was hoping to sell it.
If you want me to, I could at least clean it up. Do you still have the coupon I gave you?
Yes, here it is.
Then this service is free of charge. Wait there. I'll do it now. Your quartz, sir. Looking considerably finer for Jamil's light touch.
Thanks, Jamil. I'm going to have another walk around town.
See you soon, Sidi.
I would love to beat the hell out of this fine vehicle, but if I get caught, I'll end up in the cell with Hayes. Ah, the quartz fits perfectly. The sun's being refracted? Anyway, it's forming a beam straight through the crystal. It's amazing how you can solve your problems by setting fire to things. The gendarme loves this car. While he's fretting over the fire, maybe I can get to the stamp.
What's that smell?
Fire! Something's burning!
What? Nom de Dieu, the car! Oh, sacre bleu! Oh, children in this country can never be trusted. I've got to put this out!
Professor Hayes,
Yes? What's going on?
I've set up a distraction, but I can't move from here or I'll be spotted.
I see. A distraction from what, exactly?
From you stealing the gendarme stuff. Do you see the table?
Yes, there's a telephone, a stamp, and an ink pad.
I need the stamp. Can you reach it?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay, I'll think of something.
This is my chance to get at the stamp. But if I break cover, I'm sure to be spotted.
Professor, try to pull the stamp towards you with this.
Okay. It worked! Here's the stamp. I'll give you the rod back in a minute.
Good work.
Okay, that's one more stamped form. Hopefully Lacoste will hand over the goods now.
Here, Professor. Do you think you can get the stamp back on the table somehow?
I'll have to throw it, but it should be okay.
Good luck. Once the gendarme's back inside, I'll go speak to Lacoste.
Monsieur Lacoste,
Oui?
here's your form.
Oh, all right. Let me have a look at it. Good. The stamp of the gendarmerie. This appears to be in order, monsieur. Please, take what you require.
I thank you with all my heart.
Hayes' heart drops are locked in here. I have your drops, Prof.
God be with you. I'll just take my drops. Hold on to the case for me. I don't want the gendarme to see me with it.
What's this instrument in the case?
Ah, my gold detector. I have a physicist friend who developed it for me. It measures the gold content of certain objects with the help of a weak electrical field. I use it to check the gold content of artifacts people are trying to sell me. Take good care of it. It's very unique, you know.
Not a problem.
I'm obviously not impressing the camel. It's too risky. I'll never... Make jewelry, buy jewelry, clean, repair, grind gemstones. You buy here now. Jamil has best prices far and wide, just no understanding of good grammar.
Looks like it's working. The light comes on when I hold it up to the case. Guess it's real gold. No reaction from the detector. I guess they don't build well cranks out of gold around here. Infidels. Why should I break this thing? Let me rephrase that. Why shouldn't I break this thing? The detector shows this ball is made of gold, or at least coated with it.
Ah, it's you again. What do you think? Care for a little game?
I'm afraid I haven't got the required startup capital. Can I open with a lower bet?
The opening bet is 25 francs. Sorry, but those are the rules.
I haven't got that much on me.
But hey, never say never. Come back when you've rustled up enough cash.
Might get me closer to my 200 francs, but I need some funds to gamble with. What would he want with it? This little ball has at least some gold content. Yep, it's made of gold. Or at least some of it is. I've already mauled it. Not much point. The detector shows this ball is made of gold. Or at least coated with it. Hello.
The tourist! Nice to see you.
I'm loving the story you told me about this flute.
No wonder, Sidi. The flute is something very special.
Is it really true that the sound of a flute has a special effect on camels?
Allah is my witness.
Can I convince you to give me a demonstration?
No offense, Sidi, but in order to find a camel, we will need to leave the town, and my legs aren't what they used to be. If the whole thing really interests you, you can borrow the flute and try it out yourself.
Ah, grand.
Not so fast, Sidi. There's an old saying that goes, "Give and you shall receive." If I lend you my flute, I'll have to take a break. And when I have a break, I get thirsty.
Understood. You'll lend me your flute if I get you something to drink.
Yes. Okay.
I'll be off then.
Salam, stranger.
I've got you some water in a beautiful and rustic melon-style container.
Thank you, Sidi. Please, take my flute and enjoy yourself. But do not get spittle on the mouthpiece.
Thanks. I'm very excited.
And don't forget to bring it back.
I promise. Assuming the snake charmer wasn't winding me up, which he almost certainly was, I should be able to entice the camel over with my amazing flute playing. Hey, he wasn't kidding. Camels do love these tunes. Gee up! Forward! Come on, move! He's rooted to the spot, stubborn animal. I miss Kim. There it is, stuffing its face. Enough with the music. I've already lured the camel to this side of the lake. I don't think this camel's going anywhere. I don't think this camel's going anywhere. I don't think this... Thanks for the flute.
Have I been able to convince you it has a special effect? Do you believe me now?
The camel practically fell in love with me. If only it worked on women. Thanks again. That's what we call lateral thinking. If I follow the camel's tracks, it'll take me a safe route across. So that's the lake done. Where to now? I've heard bad things about roaming listless through the desert.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, stranger. We are happy to have new faces join in our festivities.
Festivities, eh? Then I'm the right stranger. What's going on?
We celebrate our forefathers banishing the demons from the mountains you see in the distance. Every year we hold a festival in their honor.
And today everything is really, demon-free.
Have no fear, stranger. Our ancestors were very thorough. Nobody here need worry about demons anymore.
Great. So what do you guys do for fun?
Wrestling matches are the most popular events. You are a big Western man. Maybe you could challenge our champion Aziz. It is years since he has been defeated, and anyone who ends his run can claim prize money of 100 francs.
Did you say prize? And money? And 100 francs?
Yes, stranger, but, be warned. Aziz will most likely tear you limb from limb. In actual fact, I strongly advise you against challenging him. Perhaps you lack the physical requirements to face Aziz.
Hey, I'm bigger than I look. I'm not entirely sure that makes sense, but you don't need to make sense when you're as big as me. Besides, I've done stupider things than this before.
It's your life, stranger.
I'll take a closer look, at any rate. Thanks for the tip.
Hold on, stranger. You must keep in mind, the Berbers have very old and strict traditions. Appropriate clothing is required in order to attend the festivities.
What's wrong with my clothes? I like my clothes.
I expected a Westerner to be better dressed. Look at my clothing. This is called a djellaba, and you must wear a blue one in order to enter the festival.
Ah, but brown would better match my eyes. Just kidding. Of course I respect your traditions, but I don't have a djellaba, and I'm having some cash flow issues. Are you sure you can't make an exception?
Yes, but do not worry yourself. Take this garment ticket and go to the bazaar in town. You can hire a djellaba there.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. Sorry, I just usually expect these things to be more convoluted.
Get yourself a blue djellaba and come straight back. I don't want to miss a fight between you and Aziz.
See you later.
Salam.
I can hire a jalapa at the bazaar with this coupon.
Assalamu alaikum. Oh, it's you again. What can I do for you?
I've got a garment ticket here.
By Allah, this agreement with the Berbers will be the death of me. Okay. What do you want to hire?
Do you have a blue jalaba?
What? While the Berber festival is on? Blue jalabas have been sold out for weeks. All we have left is what you see here in front of you.
Damn it.
I'll take the white jalaba.
Ah, a classic. You could not make a better choice.
That's all for now. Perhaps I'll come around again later.
Salam.
Hello, it's me again.
Welcome back. How can I be of service?
I hired a jalaba at the bazaar so I could visit the festival. But he was all out of blues.
Well, the traditional colors sell out far in advance.
Could you dye my jalaba blue?
Normally, I would say yes. If I can't do it, who can? But unfortunately, I have other customers who want exactly the same thing done. I ran out of blue yesterday, but I'm waiting for some supplies.
What sort of supplies?
I need indigo. Lots of it.
Maybe I can get you some. Where do you find it?
The next major marketplace is in Algiers, but it would take you several weeks to get there. But the caravan containing the delivery is already by the town gates. There's a small oasis not far out into the desert. The nomads always set up camp there and give the animals something to drink. They should bring the indigo plants to town this evening.
Damn, that's too late. Is there any other way?
You could travel out to the caravan yourself and bring me my supplies.
Perfect. Where is this oasis?
You can see the oasis from the hills in the southeast of the town. Speak to the caravan chief. He knows me personally. The order is fully paid for, but here, take this flatbread and give it to the chief. My wife bakes it using an old family recipe, and he always eats it whenever he comes into my shop. This way he will know that I have sent you.
Uh-huh. Well, okay, if you say so.
May Allah lead you there safely.
Phew, that's some heat. Ah, perfect. The caravan's still here. Excuse me, do you have a moment?
For a Westerner, always. Come closer.
Are you part of the merchant caravans from Algeria?
I certainly am.
Can you take me to your chief?
He stands before you. How can I help you?
My word, a bit of luck for a change. So it's like this. The dyer in town told me you have a shipment of indigo plants for him.
Yes, that's right.
He sent me to pick them up.
A likely story, friend. And how should I know you tell the truth?
This is going to sound a bit funny, but this bread should be all the proof you need.
Ah, from the dyer's wife. This is proof indeed. Please, take the plants.
I thank you. This has been a most efficient transaction. I wondered why you stopped so close to the town. The city gate is only a few hundred meters away.
You don't know much about caravans, do you?
Is it the flight jacket that gives me away?
We have almost 40 camels in our caravan, and they are all fully loaded with goods for the merchants in Fez, Rabat and Marrakesh. If we pass a town along the way, we cannot possibly ride through the souks with all our animals.
Souks?
The rows of alleyway stores.
Gotcha.
We now load the goods bound for Marrakesh onto a few camels for transport into the city.
Makes sense.
But there is more. You must realize that we are nomads. We move from one place to the other and never settle anywhere. The hectic confines of a large settlement are often unbearable, which is why we only travel into town after dark, when things are quiet.
Hey, I think I just learned something. Thanks for your help. I'll be going now.
Goodbye.
Hello, it's me again.
Welcome back.
I've brought the indigo flowers.
Excellent. Now I can produce more blue dye.
Can you dye my jalaba now?
Of course. Give it to me.
Here.
Pure white. Yes, I can dye this jalaba blue. It should dry quickly in this heat. You can wait here if you want. It will be ready in half an hour.
Thanks. Do I, owe you money for this? Because if so, we might have a problem.
One good turn deserves another. Thanks to you, I have blue dye again and can perform my duties. We are even now.
Okay, I've got myself a blue jalaba. I need to get on with things now. Hagen, Hilt & Co. can't be far behind. I have to get the bail money as soon as I can. I should probably go back to the Berber festival. Maybe I can pocket that 100 francs. I'd better get this jalaba on before I get there.
Ah, for an Englishman wearing traditional Berber robes, you look magnificent, my friend.
It took a little longer than expected, but we're good to go now, right?
Yes, of course. Please, enjoy the festival.
Cheers.
I am looking for a challenger for Aziz the Invincible. Who has the courage to challenge Aziz? 100 francs for anyone who can bring Aziz to his knees.
I'm not thirsty. I'm not thirsty. A bucket of water.
Ah, finally we have a new challenger for Aziz. This is your purpose here, stranger, yes?
I'm not here for the conversation.
Put your hands together for the challenger from the west. How should I announce you?
Well, my name's Fenton Paddock.
A dull name. Where are you from?
Hong Kong?
But you are British, no? Leave it to me. I am an expert in such things. Introducing the challenger from 10,000 miles away, here to fight against the champion of the Caramouche, Aziz the Invincible. Please, welcome to the ring, the foreigner, the 300-pound titan, the one and only Padlock! If Padlock can defeat the undefeatable Aziz, he will claim for himself a prize worthy of a champion. 100 francs. The rules of the game are very simple. The one who lies motionless on the ground for more than 10 seconds, or who is ejected from the arena first, loses. Let the battle begin!
Oh God, what have I let myself in for?
I did warn you about Aziz.
I'm just trying to lull him into a false sense of security. Next time, it's the real deal. Jesus, I'll be lucky if I walk away from the next time. I'm not much of a carpet boy. I like the rustic parquet flooring in my office. I've been called stranger enough for the time being.
Peace be with you, my friend.
And with you too.
Relax, and let me tell you your fortune.
It's not really my thing, but you can have a go if you like.
Why is it that you are here, if you do not believe?
That's a good question.
Wait. You're looking for something.
Who isn't?
Well said, my son. But you are looking for a friend. But along the way, you have already lost much.
Granted. My plane, my booze, my artificial sheep.
You've traveled far and wide, but what you seek is a long way away and well hidden. To reach it, you will have to break boundaries that could bring you close to failure. And perhaps after all that, you will see something that was never meant to be seen. This search is a test. If you pass it, you will find what you are looking for. If you fail, then endless darkness will come over the world, and all hope will be lost.
You've managed to be both incredibly vague and very specific. You're saying I'm responsible for saving the world. All I'm really after is my friend Richard.
Both questions lead to the same answer. If you succeed, you will find your friend. You will have to decide, however, what price you are willing to pay to save your friend. If you fail, it will be more than his life at risk.
Not for the first time. I think we're done here. I don't really have time to decipher these cryptic pleasantries.
Wait! I see something joyous as well. Shortly before you reach your goal, you will find something that you do not seek, because you believe it to be lost.
You mean I'll have a full set of cufflinks again? Well, hats off to you. It was a good performance at any rate.
Knowing your future can be exciting, but frightening as well. Whatever way you look at it, it's a very intense experience.
Yes, but something tells me that intensity isn't entirely natural. Be honest, you've got something a bit naughty burning in the background, right?
Oh, this is no secret. The smoke of the thorn apple seed opens the mind and deepens your consciousness. There has been no manipulation or hypnosis. I simply sharpened your senses so that you could see images from your future.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty relaxed, if you know what I mean.
And tomorrow, you will have a serious headache. But do not concern yourself. Thorn apple is not harmful in such small quantities. Believe it or not, we actually use it as an aphrodisiac and a remedy for lung problems, as an example. Having said that, you need to know that it is poisonous and must be used in moderation.
Can you sell me some of your thorn apple seeds?
You seem to like those, don't you?
I have some problems with my lungs or something. I think thorn apple seeds are the only cure.
It sounds most likely. Unfortunately, I cannot give you any from my stock, as I am already running low. But you can find thorn apples growing almost anywhere where there's enough moisture. It looks like a thorny weed with white flowers. You're sure to find some in the area.
Thanks. Where can I find those thorn apple plants again?
Have a look for some thorny bushes with white flowers close to the water.
Okay, thanks very much.
But be careful. Use only very small amounts for your treatment. Taking too much will cause unpleasantness.
Sounds terrible. I'll avoid that at all costs. Goodbye. Can't wait to get this robe off. Blue's not my color. These must be the seeds the shaman talked about. I'll grab a plant. They're a little thorny, but needs must. In a dry country, a drink of fresh water would be quite pleasant. On the other hand, there are around 20 camels drinking from it already, and who knows what else they're doing in it. Not much more for me in there.
Is there nobody here who would like to challenge Aziz? Are you all cowards?
Bad Fenton. Shouldn't be cheating, but it's all for the greater good. I just need to slip the seeds in when no one's looking.
I am looking for a challenger for Aziz the Invincible. Who has the courage to challenge Aziz? 100 francs for anyone who can bring Aziz to his knees.
Job done.
You? You want to try again? Really? Hear ye, hear ye! The British Bulldog, the mighty Pedlock, has returned to challenge Aziz once more. This is why you have returned, correct?
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Excellent. Let the battle begin. Unbelievable. How did you best Aziz?
I am the mighty Padlock. Do you need more explanation?
I am certainly impressed. We will need to retire Aziz very soon, I think. Please, take your 100 francs.
Thanks very much. Can't wait to get this robe off. Blue's not my color.
Ah, it's you again. What do you think? Care for a little game?
Why not? Maybe I'll get lucky.
Excellent! Let's start with a warm-up round. We'll play without bets first. Before we start, take a close look at everything so that you understand the game and won't accuse me of anything afterwards. So, I've got a wooden ball here. I'll set it under this cup. See?
You haven't lost me yet.
Now, I'll move the cups to different positions. Got it?
I think so.
Where's the ball now? Choose a cup.
Middle cup. Got to be.
Exactly! You see? It's simple, isn't it? Now, let's get down to business. If you choose the correct cup, you will win double the amount of your bet. But if you get it wrong, your money belongs to me.
Got it. Let's start. Is it just me, or did you go a little faster that time?
Well, of course it's going to get harder once you placed your bet. So, where's the ball?
The ball has to be under the middle cup.
Or not. Tough luck.
Damn. There goes my money.
Another round?
You'd love that, wouldn't you? No. I've had enough.
What a pity. Maybe later.
Wow. This guy earns his money. I need to win it back. But I get the impression it's not exactly a fair fight. I need a way to track the ball's movements. I can't follow the cups at all. I don't think there's much room for fair play in this arrangement, on either side of the table.
Ah, it's you again. I knew you would want to give it another try.
I'll play again. But I want to make sure that everything's above board.
You're not accusing me of doing something underhand with my cups or the ball, are you?
In a word.
Don't worry. I've got nothing to hide. I'll prove to you that I'm not cheating. I'll use any suitable item that you give me. It shouldn't be too big, and it has to fit under the cups. So, what should we play with?
How about this gold ball here?
No problem. We'll play with that. But that will double the opening bet. Each of us will put in 50 francs.
Okay.
Then let's get started. So, which cup is hiding your golden ball? If you guess right, you win 100 francs.
The detector isn't showing anything. Guess the ball's not under there. No reaction. The golden ball doesn't seem to be under the middle cup. God bless modern science. The gold detector lit up, so the gold ball must be under the right cup. If the detector's working, the gold ball must be under this cup. Alright then, the ball is definitely under the right cup.
So it is. We have a winner.
Must be my lucky day.
You can say that again. Here are your 100 francs. How about a rematch?
Why not? Seems like I'm on a real lucky streak right now.
Excellent. We'll double the ante again. That means that each of us will wager 100 francs. If you guess correctly again, the 200 francs will be yours. Otherwise, I will be the lucky one. Okay?
Okay. It's a lot of money, but I feel unbeatable today.
All right then. I'll set the ball in the middle again.
Fine by me. Feel free to make it a little harder this time.
Now, where is the golden ball?
Got it. The light on the detector lit up. No reaction. The golden ball doesn't seem to be under the middle cup. Negative. The detector's not showing anything. Left cup. I'm 100% sure.
Are you really sure? I mean, we're talking about a lot of money here.
You can't make me change my mind. Left cup, I said.
Whatever you say. Damn, you got lucky again.
Unbelievable, eh?
Here are your 200 francs. I've had enough for today. My wives will kill me when they see my till.
Don't want another rematch?
Nope, not today. Your lucky streak will ruin me.
Well, no hard feelings. I'll get out of here.
Yes. I suppose I don't need to wish you good luck.
I finally got the bail money. Listen,
Oui?
I've got Professor Hayes' bail money.
All of it?
Yes, 200 francs.
Very well. Then Monsieur Hayes is free to go. Come on, Hayes. You've made bail. Au revoir.
Are you okay?
Yes, thank you. Let's go. We have a lot to discuss. I'm terribly sorry for our less than civil surroundings. As long as dear Monsieur Lacoste is at my shop, it's a far from suitable venue for discreet conversation. At any rate, please make yourself comfortable. This tale is not a short one, but I'm certain it will be an interesting one.
That may be, Professor. Just bear in mind it's a long time since my last lecture. I need to find my friend. End of story.
I'm well aware of that, but if you ever hope to find your friend, you will need to know what you are searching for, and what may await you at the end of that search.
It's a new approach to me, but I suppose it couldn't hurt.
My academic research focused primarily on Tibet. I've been fascinated with its religion, its secrets and its legends ever since I was a young man. I became something of an expert. I held a professorship, and sometimes I even received funding to lead expeditions. The last of these expeditions was with your friend, Yen Wang. As you know, we found a dead monk, pieces of a map, and a gemstone.
The Eye of the Dragon.
Exactly. The remains of the map held clues to a mythologized monastery in the Kembalung Valley. This hidden valley was said to contain the entrance to the legendary Shambhala. At that time, however, I only knew that the Buddhists believed Shambhala to be a kingdom where a dynasty of enlightened kings safeguard the most secret teachings of Buddhism. Of course, I always assumed that Shambhala was a religious myth, but the idea that this place could really exist, it was an exciting prospect, the chance for a truly sensational discovery. Unfortunately, the early onset of winter upset our plans, and we had to give up. I was never able to return to that search. Regardless, I compiled all the knowledge that existed on Shambhala. I studied all the available sources, retranslated old texts. The result was a picture of a mysterious place of indescribable power.
Can you describe it?
An ancient place. And it's not just important to Buddhism. Other religions and cultures also have ties to this location. There, my friend, is where all questions and answers have their origin. So that I may perceive whatever holds the world together in its inmost folds.
I'm not a big one for riddles, Professor. Could you be a little more concrete? I don't need enlightening, I just need my friend's whereabouts.
You may yet find both.
When do we get around to how?
How? By finding Shambhala, of course.
I'm not supposed to understand any of this, am I?
You want me to be concrete? Here's a very concrete story. It is the result of many years of research. About 10,000 years ago, a tribe of hunters and herdsmen discovered a colossal system of caves in the Himalayas. While they were there, their intellectual capacities suddenly grew exponentially. The technical advancements that resulted from this growth allowed them to settle in the caves. The people knew that this must be a very special place. At its center, they could feel a strong energy that seemed to be responsible for their rapid development. For these people, this energy proved to be a gift from the gods. They used this gift to build gigantic underground temple complexes. Within a few generations, a prosperous culture was flourishing. Science, art, and architecture were at a level far beyond what we know today. The people developed both a complex language and the first complete writing system. The energy itself, in combination with the rapid tempo of medical advancement, allowed the people to live to an extremely old age. Illness practically ceased to exist.
And these caves are supposed to be Shambhala?
Yes, I am thoroughly convinced that this is the case. However, you can certainly call it something else if you prefer a different name.
I don't know. Even without the dragon, it all still sounds like a fairy tale.
Well, the dragon... I personally believe that the dragon is merely a symbol, because the story continues.
Go on, then.
Something must have happened, because Shambhala was abandoned. I don't know the exact reason why, but what could have caused the people to leave this wonderful place, apart from a true catastrophe?
You mean they got attacked by dragons?
In a way. The dragon seems to be a metaphor for this sudden catastrophe. I can only speculate on the exact nature of this event. However, I believe it has some connection to the energy of the place.
Okay, so they abandoned Shambhala, but why is the entrance still locked up?
Only a few people survived the catastrophe, and they certainly had good reasons for keeping their knowledge of Shambhala a secret. They trained a sworn caste of priests who passed on this knowledge from generation to generation, and who continue to do so today.
Actually, I think the Nazis killed them all.
But there would be more. The caste of priests established 2 monasteries, far from any other settlements in which to safeguard the secret. The first monastery was built directly over the only entrance to Shambhala.
In the Kembalung Valley?
Most of the priests stayed in this valley, along with one of the 2 artifacts that can open the entrance.
So you really believe that this secret chamber somehow leads to Shambhala? But that would mean that Richard is already...
Indeed.
But if he's there, can he still be alive? I mean, the dragon metaphor thing.
There's only one way to find out.
We need the second artifact, which is in the other monastery, right?
We can only assume so. The second group of priests hiked over the peaks of the Himalayas, the so-called Lost Horizon, until they reached the region that is part of India today. They hid the other key there, in a temple complex. Unfortunately, I never found out exactly where this temple complex is located.
But we have the Eye of the Dragon, and the engravings in the monastery say it'll reveal the location of the second key.
Only if we have the Keeper's map. And, alas, this is something I've long searched for. The only clues I've found refer to a remarkable map drawn up in 1513 by an Ottoman admiral named Piri Reis. For example, this map depicts the ice-free perimeters of the Antarctic. As you know, that continent was first officially discovered in 1820, more than 300 years later. So how could Piri Reis have known back then how the Antarctic continent looked without ice? The admiral, who had a talent for languages, made handwritten notes on the map. According to these notes, he used sources from many thousands of years ago when creating the map. He came across these sources during a trip through the Far East. Unfortunately, only a small fragment of the map still exists today.
And the Nazis have got it.
What?
When you said the Admiral's name, so-and-so Reis, I've heard that name.
Piri Reis?
The German expedition leader, the Countess. She was talking about a map in a Berlin museum, and she mentioned that name. Piri Reis.
My word. Sensational.
It's a chance at any rate. If we can get to the map before the Nazis do...
You want to go to Berlin?
We don't have a choice. It's the only way we can get at the map.
Quite apart from getting into the country at all, the map itself certainly won't be laid out in a display case. How do you expect this to work?
The Olympic Games are on. We just need to look like tourists. Besides, it's a lot more fun if you just worry about these things later. Let's get the eye and get out of here.
If you say so. Lacoste must be finished by now. Let's go. Please wait a moment. The Eye of the Dragon is hidden in the back room. Here it is. See? Perfect condition, just like the day we found it.
Great. No time to lose. Let's get the next train to Casablanca, then get on a ship to Spain or Portugal. The further from the Nazis, the better.
It sounds as if you're no stranger to running from problems, young man. You remind me of myself a few dozen years ago.
Professor, get down!
Leave him. We have the eye.
Professor.
They've taken it.
Don't get up. I'll get help.
Don't be a fool. You must follow them before they escape.
You need a doctor.
No! Listen carefully. If you are found on the crime scene, you will be arrested. You cannot help me anymore, my boy. But help yourself and the others recover the Eye of the Dragon. Now it's up to you. You alone to prevent the Nazis reaching Shambhala.
Excuse me, sir. A telegram just arrived for you.
Thank you, Huxley. Anything else?
No, sir. I just wondered...
I don't need anything else at the moment. You may go.
German ambush in monastery. Stop. Richard's still there. Stop. Paddock to the rescue. Stop. Now in India. Stop. Send reinforcements. Stop. Waiting at Camp Hadley in Rangpur, North India. Stop. Signed Lieutenant Thomas Finch. Stop.
The Countess and her cronies disappeared into that building. That must be where she plans to examine the map. What a coincidence! That's my plan as well.